Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of CobraCast. I wonder what we're going to talk about tonight. We do have a few things to talk about, but we're here, we're live, and I got a swig of water for the working man. And I hope you're all doing well. I can't wait to answer all of your questions tonight. But it's gonna be a solid 2 hours tonight, and then I have to end at 10 p.m. Eastern, and then I have something to do between 10 and 11, and then I'm gonna go live on my Twitch channel playing the new season of Fortnite after that. So it's a busy night for the Cobra crew, for the Snake Pit. We got new emojis in the chat. And we got a lot to talk about. I see everybody here. Friday Night Tights was an all-timer for this week. That's for sure. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of discussion around that, and I welcome all of the discussion. But I'm always happy when we can have things to talk about, and we certainly have a lot to talk about tonight. Elon is kind of dropping bombs right now on social media. And that's going to be something we're going to talk about. And obviously FNT, that whole situation, we're going to talk about that and whatever else you guys want. I know a lot of you are going to be curious about that. FNT is down. I will explain that in great detail as we get this show rolling. So Lawrence DeWolf with a $10 super chat says, I can finally send you my first super. You got me through a hard time in life, lots of loss, but I got a better job, and today was payday. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Snake Pit, rise up. Thank you, Lawrence DeWolf. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad you're doing better. Happy to hear that. That is awesome. That's all we try to do, man. We try to entertain. We try to, have fun. We laugh, but we also, if you're going through some tough times, hopefully we can help get you through it. Blue Volt Guys has been a fan since 2019, loving the streams, and this is my first live. Your content has always given me something good to listen to while working. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man. That's super awesome of you. We had a couple in the beginning, so I want to go back to them really quick before we lose track on those. Let's see. We got Venom Kaitsu for $2. Hail Cobra and happy Mario Day. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Katu Tog Erode. Hail Cobra. Never lose the beard of shame. We must never forget Murphy. Alpha Giga Chad. Also get Krigler up in here already. I know I was on a stream with him just the other day, and we would love to get Adam on here, and hopefully we can do that soon. Gabriel Knight, after tonight's FNT, live streaming took a whole new meaning. Absolutely, and thank you for the 5. Mav Dick, that was one of the best FNTs, up there with Alex Jones. As is Wonky Eyebrow, FNT, what the hell is even that? Gavin, shame on you. Let's see, Mark Schaefer, car video. Bring back the car video. Love this format. You're going to get car videos from that sexy ass Mustang that I just newly purchased. Janan for 5. That absolute pig better get the beard of shame tonight. Gary has minors watching FNT, and Shad's kid was on minutes prior. I'm going to address all of that a little bit later. Big Mike says, can't stay long. Just want to show support, brother. Thank you, Big Mike. I appreciate you, man. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate it. Zinny Biscuit, I've been perming my hair for over a year and getting it done tomorrow. Does that make me black? According to the social justice weirdos on Twitter, it does. And we've got Dan Vask sending me 15 cents Brazilian money. 15 cents. Says Cobra. There you go. Thank you, Dan. January 6th is upon us. It's going to happen. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. First FNT I ever disliked. He pissed on you and your audience, Zack Snyder 2.0. It seemed you were the only one pushing back on Gavin's mental handicap. Oh, well, another learning lesson, I hope. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, we knew what we were getting into. It's Gavin. I know Gavin doesn't like geek culture. I know he doesn't like nerd stuff. I know he doesn't like video games. It's no one was caught off guard by that. Everyone understood that That wasn't surprising or anything. So in terms of the fallout from it, there's not going to be any fallout from it. I mean, we're all friends on the FNT crew. We're all going to continue being friends. We're going to laugh about this, and it is what it is. No one was blindsided by this. I've been watching Gavin McGinnis on and off for a long time, and I know his opinions on. I've always said, like, people have asked me in the past, like, hey, would you ever have Gavin McGinnis on? I'm like, I like Gavin McGinnis. I don't know why he would talk to me, because he hates everything that I cover and he talks down on it, which I totally understand and I get, and I have no problem with that. So knowing that he's always kind of talked down on that stuff, it to me, it was just like I expected him to say the things he said and do the things he did. My only issue was that we didn't get I didn't know if that was real at the time, at the moment. I was like, is he really going that far? Because Gavin is a master at trolling, but he's also a very intelligent person, and he weaves in between the two. And he's very good at it. He's very good at weaving in between being a troll, but also making intelligent points. And it's hard to pick up on that at all times. And so he was doing a great job of making you kind of question, like, which one is he, going through. Now, when he pulled the moment, I didn't know. I didn't know if it was real or what. So I just was like, oh my God, what the hell is he doing now? You know what I'm saying? And so, but it is what it is, man. I mean, what are you going to do? It's live in front of 15,000 people, and all you can do is just go with it. So we did what we did. So Ray Atkinson says, finally up for a stream. Also listen during work. Beard of Shame should go to North Korea. Pin up Jane Fonda. Oh, we're going to talk about that Jane Fonda story, as is Wonky Eyebrow. Happy birthday, dude. Have some cash for some sweet tea for the working man. Well, I don't have sweet tea, but I got water. So swig of water for the working man. I appreciate that. WG just gifted 5 Geeks and Gamers memberships. I'm sorry, D-Day Cobra memberships. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let's see. Greedo Got You says, I was eating when Gavin did what he did. No, I didn't finish my meal. Sorry, that happened live. Hail CobraCast and the FNT. Yeah, no, there's no reason to apologize. I was obviously shocked that, again, I was trying to figure out if it was real when it happened. Clearly it was fake, but everything else, though, in terms of his takes and all that, these are things that you just have to know, like, this is how Gavin is. This is his opinions. I think that's a big problem with a lot of the guys from the conservative side of things or whatever. I think it's a big problem. And so, and I think that type of mentality is hurting the culture overall. And it's why the Democrats and the leftists have overrun culture, because of that kind of dismissive attitude. And it's something we've seen from people on the conservative side for a long time. And I think that's a problem. And that was the points I was trying to make with it. And I feel I've made those points very clear that, your type of mindset is part of the problem right now. And I stand by that. Doesn't mean I don't like Gavin. It doesn't mean that I have any issues with him. I have nothing against Gavin. I like Gavin. I've always liked Gavin. I've always liked his trolling. So I don't have any issue with it. I'm not mad. I'm not upset with him. It's a lesson learned in terms of, that there wasn't a good mix to have him on, but it doesn't change the fact that I got nothing against Gavin. What did we expect? I didn't expect him to do the penis joke, but outside of that, I expected everything else. So yeah, no worries. Wubio says, are them two people smashing a window in prison? Does anyone know their names? They're totally Antifa. Where are you talking about? Are them two people smashing a window in prison? What are you talking about? Like, I need more specifics. What area? There's a lot going on in the world right now. Let's see. Shakazula. Haha, Gavin's tiny fake PP was funny, right, guys? I mean, it would be funny if the setting was a little different, but at the end of the day, like, clearly, you don't know the audience. And I feel there's some level of kind of like, hey, are there kids watching? You don't really get to make the point that drag shows are dangerous for children, and putting sexual orientation in shows are dangerous for children when you do that in front of an audience that potentially has children, you know, in it. So that's where the problem is. That's where the problem is. It's not the prank, it's not a prank. It's it's the fact that it goes against exactly what you say you stand for. And if you're so worried about how important it is to protect children from things like that, then how do you think that's acceptable in front of an audience of 15,000 people? You know? So I'd say that's my issue with it, not so much the joke itself. Animating Andy, here's some support from me. Going to bed now. Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Dave Nunn, idea for the ultimate roast: Eliza Hair, Murphy Beard, Vito Body. Let them really know they done screwed up. That's pretty bad. That's brutal. That's brutal, bro. That is brutal. Let's see. Happy to see you smile, Hail Cobra. Always smiling when I'm on CobraCast. Are you kidding me? CobraCast has become like the best thing ever. You know what I mean? And it's because of all of you. It's because of all of you. And I can't thank you guys enough for it. I really do love this show. I love the audience. I love the back and forth that we have. It's phenomenal, man. It really is something special. Josh, for 50. Gavin was a 90s version of the F slur on FNT. Well, he was, and thank you for that. By the way, I do have to say roll tide. You got your Gators. I got to say roll tide, but thank you, brother. I appreciate that. But at the end of the day, you know, this is, to me, it doesn't help anything. It doesn't, help anything in terms of, I think we're in a serious problem with the culture right now. I think it's a serious issue, and there needs to be bigger ideas in mind. And when you're dealing with people that are, on the same side of that situation with you, I think that there's got to be some common ground that needs to be found. And where I think Gavin is a massively powerful voice and very educated on a lot of things for sure, and has great takes and great fundamental understanding of stuff. I think you should try to work with people that are seemingly on the same side of that, because the leftists, if they ultimately find someone that hates Trump, they're on the same side and they put everything together. But whatever, it is what it is, bro. All you can do is move forward. And so FNT is on Rumble right now. And so, well, no, but like, I know you guys are saying he doesn't have great takes. Gavin's a smart guy. There's no doubt about that. Like, I mean, his takes on like marriage and, a lot of other like fundamental things are not, they're not far off at all. They're actually really good. But it is what it is. I've been listening to the guy for a while. Not like consistently or passionately, but I've always liked watching a lot of his trolling stuff because he trolls a lot. But yeah, the moment he said that he was friends with Jack Murphy and he was a good guy, bro, when he said that, yeah, I was just like, what in the world? This is the reaction. This was the reaction when he said Jack Murphy's a good dude. Damn! I was like, come on, bro. That's not a I was like, really? But it is what it is. So hope you guys are having a great day. Smash the melee button. And let's get into some of the topics tonight. Okay. Let's get into some of the topics tonight. All right. First, let me catch this one. Al says, yo, big credit for you not sitting there and eating silly attitude from guest, just because a lot of respect for you, just speaking your mind and coming back intelligent and secure. Much love from Tampa. Hey man, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I don't appreciate when, look, what we have built our entire online, channels around how important culture and superheroes and video games and entertainment is. And when someone is actively just going against that, which again, to be clear, I already knew that these were his takes. I knew these were his positions, which was kind of like, why does this guy even want to come on FNT anyway, considering this is what we do and what we talk about? So I'm going to have to stand my ground on that. I don't care who you are. And I think people could see I was, definitely not for that type of nonsense. I think I probably made a lot of different comments that let people know that I wasn't really gonna stand by and let that happen, because you can't. And so there was a lot of word salad out there to try to divert from the point. But at the end of the day, you have to stand up when someone is actively just going in that disrespectful way. And while I don't think he's just, that's who he is, that's who he's always been. So it's not that big of a deal, like, because you know who he is. But when you're in that moment, when it's being said, and I've said many times, the bigger problem with the conservative side is that they actively just continue to disrespect what is massively important, which is geek culture. It's massively important, and that needs to be recognized. No, Dan, Gary took it down to edit it out. It will be re-uploaded to Nerdrotic Live, and and then it's still on Rumble. Punch McLighton says, I really respect how you handle it, Jeremy. So much respect. I appreciate it. Gavin's stunt was pretty bad in my eyes, because he had just asked Gary if YouTube was how he made his living, and then did something that could jeopardize that. I feel like his antics were even made X-Ray Girl miss my super chat. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, my most important thing is that Gary's channel's okay, and I think it will be okay. So it's again, it is what it is. There's nothing else I can say other than I think my way of handling it while we were on the panel was, I would not change anything about it. I questioned, I pushed back. I tried to let him know I thought he was part of the problem from a cultural standpoint, and I stand by all those words, and I don't back down from that one bit. I tried to keep it as I tried not to be angry about any of the things I was saying, because at the end of the day, I understood that's the stuff he was going to say. But it's hard not to get angry when someone is actively doing what you think is hurting a lot of what's going on right now. You know what I mean? And so I think I did a pretty good job of that overall. Pretty good. And again, you're on a huge panel. You don't want to derail the show. You don't want to take over. But I think I probably did more talking than I normally do in that situation. But it just needed to be said. And so, but I don't think I ever let it bleed over to just like me being disrespectful to him, as much as just being respectful to stand up for the audience and for the things that we love. I think that's massively important. All right, let's see. No, Slick Rick, I could hang on. No, I did not rage quit FNT. No, not at all. Not at all. I'll never leave FNT. Let's see. The big $600 super chat was the trigger. You think so? Is that really why he got upset, you think? I don't know. If you want that hoodie, Gabe, it's on 221B Tactical. You can get this hoodie and this t-shirt, okay? You can get both of them on 221B Tactical. Let's see here. All right, we still got people rolling in. Smash the melee button if you don't mind. That's a simple request from a simple man. Wait, Jeremy, you need to stop the camera freezing. Easy ways to turn the face emoji. Is the camera freezing? Is my camera freezing? I got another camera I can switch to if my camera's freezing. Do you ever watch that shirt? I have like 5 of these shirts. I have 5 of these hoodies. Okay. So sometimes, okay, let me switch my camera. Hang on. Let me switch my camera. Okay. That should be better. This is my lower quality camera, but that should be better. So let me know if that works. Yes, Gung Ho Mac is 100% accurate. I just want to put that out there for all grifting purposes. then I absolutely 100% will accept $600 super chats in any capacity whatsoever. I don't mind. Let's see. Um, Gavin was starting to grow on me until the joke happened. It was a big middle finger to you guys, and it was still a great show. I wonder if Gavin will retain the points you made to him. Yeah, I mean, I look at the overall, like, we're not gonna have like we've gotta reach beyond just people that um we've got to reach beyond just people that are just in our world. And I have no regrets about bringing Gavin on. I have no regrets for the show. If I had it to do all over again, I would do it again. There's no regrets. You live and learn, but it's necessary. You have to just move forward. And sometimes everything's not going to go your way, but you got to step outside of your comfort zone every now and then. And we knew that this wasn't like, it's not like we're bringing Mahler or the critical drinker on. You know what I mean? It's not like we're bringing somebody in our world on. It's stepping outside of your comfort zone. And in order to succeed, in order to continue to grow, you have to step outside of your comfort zone. You just do. And that's what we did. And I stand by my brothers and sisters and our decisions to do that. RX Firm, what was up with Gavin's take on split family homes? So many factors of why parents split. He sounded like sounded so naive to that. Seems like you were getting heated about that too. Well, I mean, what I don't think is, I don't like when we just make overarching judgments about things that we don't know anything about. Like, I don't know why people get divorced. I don't know. There's individual reasons why these things happen, but like, I personally like, so when my channel started taking off, the Geeks and Gamers channel, swig of water for the working man. When my channel started taking off, I would discuss like family and stuff like that with the internet. But as the channel grew, I realized that the people that hate me are fucking psychopaths. They're fucking crazy. So I stopped talking about my family and personal life completely on the internet. So I'm really keep that low key. I don't talk about that. I don't think that it's necessary for the internet to have that information. Um, and so those are discussions I just don't have. And so he was making his rounds on the panel, and like getting into people's, and I was like, oh my God, I wanted to step in sooner, but I just kind of was like letting it flow because I was like, I don't want to be a dick. All right. But when I saw X-Ray Girl finally getting really flustered, I'm like, bro, you guys fucking stop answering his questions. Don't give him any information whatsoever. He's literally just trying to get information so he can ask follow-up questions, so he can dig and pry and dig and pry. This is what he does. He's good at this, And so finally, I wish I maybe would have said something sooner in that moment, but I was aware of what he was doing. So if he was going to ask me, I'm going to be like, it's none of your fucking business about my life. I'm not going to tell you about my life. That's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about, comic book movies, Marvel Cinematic Universe, and woke ass Hollywood. So, but it is what it is. So, but it was still fun. It was still fun. And I had a lot of fun. All right, let's see. All right. Now I'm going to switch back to my other camera and see if it's, let's see here. All right, now let me switch to my other camera again because I like my other camera. All right, this should be better. Okay. All right, so that should be good now. Seemed genuinely surprised that everyone had their shit together and not some incels in their mom's basement. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Y'all sensitive? Come on, Hosbon Adventure. Who? I know you like this channel. So, but yeah, so at the end of the day, we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to keep doing our thing. I think we should still bring people on that are, not directly in our wheelhouse. Maybe not a lot, but occasionally for sure. Sorry, Jeremy, nothing wrong with stepping outside of your comfort zone, but he's the reason FNT is private on YouTube. Gavin is free to have his L takes, but trying to get you guys banned, that's effed up. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. It's a fair assessment of the situation. Ultimately, I don't think that will happen. And right now, I haven't, unfortunately, because I had this show starting, and then I've got something else that I have a hard out in. Oh, hang on. I think we may have a guest. Hang on. Let me see if I can get this person in. We may have a guest. Give me a second. Let me see if I can get this done. I got to send it to him. There we go. Let's see. All right, who are we going to get in here? Hang on. All right, so we're going to have somebody pop in here that I think you're going to want to hear from. I think you're going to want to hear from them. All right? It's not Trump. Look who it is.
My camera's still on. I'm missing pineapple pizza for this.
Hi, Gary.
Hi.
You can stay as long as you want, brother.
How's it going?
We have not had a chance to talk about this yet. So
no.
Gary texted me today and he's like, "Hey, bro, Gavin." I'm like, "I don't know what the fuck to expect." He goes, "Neither do I." Regular show. And we tried.
We tried.
We tried. All right. So talk to me, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had to private the live stream because he pulled out a Wizinator or something like that, but it's still, it doesn't matter. Still,
yeah, it's the optics of it that you don't know what YouTube's going to do.
If I'd have had a heads up about that, I'd have been probably fine with it, but I didn't. And like it shocked. So for me, I'm like, that looks like a dick. We got to get this off here right now. And he got kicked. And yeah, no regrets there, but no regrets for having him on. I mean, we do. I heard you. I was listening to this, and yeah, we do have to step out of our comfort zone. And it would be just like if Matt, well, probably not on Friday Night Tights, but if Matt Walsh wanted to debate either of us about e-culture, I'd bring it like any minute, because I think that's a debate that needs to be had. And I think you were great. We all, tried to stand up while letting the conversation go.
Yeah, because we didn't need 7 people kicking back on him. You needed maybe 1 or 2. And so I jumped in pretty quickly. And me and Gary and Ryan specifically, I know these guys really well. I know everybody on the panel good, but like me and Gary and Ryan, like Gary and Ryan definitely weren't going to jump in when I was jumping in, because that would have been unfair to just have 3 personalities just pound, like going after it. So they reckon that. So yeah.
We're dealing with the echo factor.
Yeah.
But I thought what you said was great, and it is important, and we have a long library of why this is important, and it will continue. And I think it's important that when Gavin asked to be on, I just said, fuck it. Sure. Why not?
Same with Alex Jones thing. Like when Alex Jones, we had no idea what was going to happen with that. And I told you, I was like, bro, I've got a chance to get Alex Jones on like G&G, but I think FNT is the bigger show. Like, let's do, and you're like, fuck, how do I say no? Let's do it. And it's like, okay, we'll just bring him on FNT. And we didn't know what was going to happen then. And it went great. And we had him on a second time. We had no idea, though. You know what I mean? And we got to take these risks. There's people out there. There's the people that don't like us for whatever reason. They're going to clown us forever and a day on this if they want to. And that's fine. We can't help that. But we're going to not stop doing what we do. And we're going to keep trying to do things that are going to be like, we're never going to just turn into like, let's have a Gavin McGinnis on every week. Friday Night Tights will now, for the next several months, we're going to get back to basics. And then we're going to probably get somebody else on, that kind of shakes things up a little bit.
I mean, exactly. Like X-Ray Girl does the booking, and I just mostly just trust her. I'm like, I don't even know who she's got planned outside of the next 3 weeks. And I just like kind of let it go. I think she does a great job on it. She's still learning too. It's not like she's been a producer before. But I think once in a while it's good to mix it up. But once we do that, I always make an effort to tell her, like, okay, we're going to nerd it up for like 2 months. Benny coming on. But Benny absolutely respects Fandom.
And Benny's part of Benny is such a good dude. He's helped us, and he's been on FNT before. And so, and he and me and him and Ryan talk quite often, and he's part of our kind of extended world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and we got Razor Fist coming on to launch his book. Possibly with his artist. I think that would be really good. Graham Nolan and Chuck Dixon are both going to be back on soon, so it's just going to be a regular show. But got to. Even Mahler's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, I had to pull it, and I had to tell him why. I'm like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Live stream for this long, something like, somebody's bound to whip out a dick.
I mean, ultimately the thing is I do stand by it, is like, it's really hard to make the argument that drag shows are bad for children when you kind of do something like that in front of 15,000 people. You know what I mean? But it's like, if my thing was just not knowing.
With that.
So yeah, so it is what it is. And you take the temperature in the room. So the show started out, and he was Gavin. He was Gavin, and it was kind of it's hard to figure out like where the trolling is and where the real points are with him a lot of times, because he's so good at it. You know what I mean? He's really good at it.
I'm with you. When he talked about Jack Murphy or Nick Fuentes, I'm like, oh, I don't know about that, but I don't like either of those two guys, but it doesn't matter who other people associate with, and I'm willing to talk to pretty much anybody, as long as it's entertaining. That's got to be the whole point. And I thought like Gavin was really. I know you're private. I'm not super private. I know when it comes to my kids, but like my life's kind of an open book. But I understand, especially when X-Ray Girl was getting a little uncomfortable there. But that's how Gavin is, and I've just been watching him forever, so I know that.
Yeah. Ryan's saying it didn't get the show taken down. No, it didn't. Gary privated the stream just to flip it out, and then it's going to be re-uploaded to Nerdrotic Live. And it's not because we don't know how YouTube is going to interpret it. That's all. So it didn't, but it is still up on Rumble in its entirety.
For now, I'm gonna probably pull it,
but
Rumble,
okay,
set that out and re-upload it again upon further review.
And so the worst part of the actual moment for me was when we didn't kick him as soon as it happened. And that's because QB wasn't there, and I didn't realize that. And I'm like, he's just standing there with it in his hand. What are we doing? And because I don't have access to the stream from there. And so
none of my stuff is up to where I could like play a commercial or do anything, because I'm working off of 2 computers, right?
Yeah.
So that's for QB. That's QB's job. And he got up to take a piss. So
here's Ryan. When I pull the fake dick move, I'm gonna get one bigger than that.
I know, right? Get one a little bigger, I would say.
Oh, but we got Gary on CobraCast for a quick little. Again, you can stay as long as you want, but I know you just stream forever. So, I'm
good. I'm good.
Okay.
I think I saw MVP tweet that we need to keep getting guests on that respect the fandom. And what I would like to get is everybody to respect the fandom, and that was the whole point. I was planning on having that conversation with Gavin because I knew how he felt, because I've been watching him for years. But I thought, and I thought for the most part, even he was trying to explain it away. But ultimately, it doesn't matter if you like this shit or not. You have to acknowledge it and respect it. And I don't think we got there. Maybe he'll think about it, but I doubt we're going to change his ways. But if we change some other people's ways, that'll be for the better. Because as somebody like, I don't subscribe to political parties. I just never have in my life. But if the conservatives, if the right wing, if common sense wants to win, if they want to win, they have to respect that shit, or they're just going to rack up the L's. Because there is a huge voting block out there that is gamers and geeks and nerds. That is an integral part of American culture. That if you're saying you're all about America and apple pie and all this shit, and you're excluding that, and you think it's infantile, well, that's your loss. Like that, it's not the 1800s. It's not 1950. It is 2023. This shit is important. If you didn't think it was important, why did the left mobilize to take it over?
Yeah, absolutely. And so we're gonna move forward for sure, as we always do. And it's my common problem with a lot of people on the right, and that's something that's got to change in order to really make a difference. And I don't think it's the only thing, but I think it's very important. And as I said on Friday Night Tights, if children's if children's movies are things that are geared towards children are not important, then the left would not be worried about it. It's because not only is it important to the children, but it's also important as they continue to grow up and as they move into adulthood, is you carry a lot of nostalgia and a lot of, love for that, from when you're a kid. And so when you're getting when you're getting into their minds early on, the left is like turned like I remember I was watching God, what was I watching? I was watching something the other day. Oh yeah, I just had the Hasbro, it's because Hasbro YouTube channel has GI Joe on. You know what I mean?
All the time.
And all the time. It's just 24 hours a day. And I was just watching some of the GI Joe cartoons, and I was just like, man, like I can't see, like, these are just good values without an agenda behind it. You know what I mean? I'm looking at here, and when I watched that as a kid, like, I don't remember seeing race and gender and all that. Although there was, like, there was black people, there were women, there's all types of people are represented in GI Joe. And I don't feel like it's so rare to see something that doesn't feel like it's agenda driven these days. And it's so sad that we've fallen so far from that. Even like I've talked about X-Men the animated series, like look at X-Men the animated series. It's the definition. It's the definition of diversity. Even though we didn't watch it back then, the very first episode focuses on Jubilee. You got Storm, you got Rogue. I mean, but no one cares about diversity. They care about agendas. And unfortunately, they're trying to put it behind this fictitious bullshit that they care about diversity, and it's just not true. It's just not true at all. So,
and that's been our main point for the longest time. Especially when you race and gender swap, it's done in such a cheap way. I've talked about it with Doctor Who. It's the ultimate form of sexism. So, little lady, you are not good enough to have a show on your own as an original character. We need to slap an established male label on you.
Yes.
That's actual sexism. But yeah, like, I mean, ultimately, Gavin is Gavin. I saw somebody say it's not on us, it's on him. I mean, Gavin is Gavin, but ultimately it's on me for bringing him on the show. I think he'd whip a fake TikTok. No. I thought he might pull his pants down and show his ass or something, maybe, but that one came out of nowhere for me. I was utterly shocked.
We expected everything but the penis. We expected everything. Everything else was kind of in line.
Yeah, we had a couple of gamer words. I mean, honestly, not nearly as bad as I thought they were.
No, because when he first came into the call, he dropped a really strong gamer word because he thought we were live. And we weren't. So he's like, "Are we live?" And we're like, "No, not yet." And he goes, "Oh, okay." But and we're like, "Oh boy." I knew at that point. I'm like, "All right."
But Ryan mentioned don't drop.
Yes. Ryan was like, "The only thing you can't. We just have to worry about YouTube TOS. Outside of that, we don't care what you say." You know what I mean? So, and then right here, God damn it, Jeremy, it's not just conservatives that bash gaming. It's Joe Lieberman, Hillary Clinton, Biden, and Nita Sarkeesian exist. I understand that. I just feel like those are the people I don't think that they're ever going to be on our side. So we all know that. Like, we know that the left, we know they're against us. You know what I mean? So there's no point to even try to work with them. What I'm saying is the conservative side, they're supposed to be the side that is standing against what the Democrats are doing. So holding them accountable for it, I think, is a much it's a much better chance of getting through to some of them than the left. So that's kind of why I focus in on that, if that makes sense. Because if you look at the conservative side, there's a lot of stuff that I agree with them on, and I feel that they stand with us on a lot of the overall ideas. It's just the details is where things get lost. And that's a whole different ball game right there. Lofty, our boy Lofty's in the chat. Left will talk to you. They're babies. What's up, Lofty? Corn Pop, I see you, Rabbit. But Corn Pop, did you watch Tuesday night's main event last week, Gary?
I watched a lot of it.
Holy shit. Corn Pop just took over the fucking stream with $2 super chats, just trolling us, and it was fantastic.
I love it when that happens. It's hilarious.
It was fantastic. And one thing I want to talk about while we're here, because this is in the title of the stream really quick. So I did want to talk about this Elon deal, because this is kind of like, this has started something right now. Okay. So real quick, here we are. So I've got this. Elon is dropping bombs right now. And he retweeted, he says, Chanley got 4 years in prison for a non-violent police escorted tour. Dave Chappelle was violently assaulted on stage by a guy with a knife that got a $3,000 fine and no prison time.
Yep.
Elon signal boosting this is huge. This is massive. And now this is never before seen footage that I have not seen this yet. Have you seen this yet?
Is this the stuff Tucker originally came out with? Because I have seen it.
Hang on, actually, let me go
to my bookmarks. Where he's
no, not that one. Let me go to my bookmarks.
Is there new footage? I know there's been a lot of controversy that Tucker hasn't shown any new footage.
This is the one. I have not seen this one. So this is the footage I have not seen. Okay. So let me go full screen
either.
So this is censored. Let's see. Just in censored video reemerges of Jacob Chansley reading Trump's tweet telling protesters to go home and remain peaceful. Won't see this on CNN. Elon tweeted this out.
We're going to obey our president. We're going to do as he asks. Respect your landmarks. Respect the Capitol.
Wow.
Wow.
Holy shit. This guy's doing 41 fucking months in federal prison. So he's doing most of the time, by the way.
Wow. The fact that we have not seen this at all is amazing.
He said he saw on his Twitter account. Yeah. We're going to pull up the tweet. Donald Trump has asked everybody to go home. We're staying. Okay, then stay, motherfucker. I don't give a shit. This is America. You guys want to stay? That's fine. Donald Trump has asked everybody to go home. Yeah, hold on, wait. Read this. Hold on. Read this. Read it. Donald Trump, quote, I am asking for everyone in the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful, no violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Respect our law enforcement, men and women in blue. No. Pull up the video. There's a video.
The fact that we have not seen this. Holy shit. I can't believe this. Holy crap, man.
Believe it.
It's just mind-blowing to me.
Believe it.
Yeah, he has a video. He just tweeted it.
This guy's in prison.
Okay, how's this Trump? Listen to Trump. At least make one more point.
The night, remember when this happened, right? And my first thoughts on it were, don't go inside. I don't care if they're opening the fucking doors. Don't go inside.
Yes, I agree.
Set you up.
I agree.
And that's what it was. It was sure, some windows got broken and vandalism, and what many people say those should be $300 fines, picking up some trash on the side. No Capitol Police died. That was actually a media narrative that they still stick with. The president still says a police officer died when they did not. Ashley Babbitt's the only one who died there. She was shot by a coward. But it's whether it's right or wrong, comparatively to the Summer of Love where shit was burning down, but it wasn't threatening the political class elite. It was affecting real Americans, white, black, Mexican, El Salvadoran. Like, their bars are getting fucking burned down by a bunch of fucking white punks from Portland. But we're supposed to ignore all that, right? When we could say, well, that wasn't great either, but wow, that was nothing compared to the thing that happened across our country where 31 people died. There was political executions, but we'll just sweep that under the rug. Our media lies. They are voice of the state. They are the enemy of the people. They should not be listened to. They should be shut off. And just find another source. Find, whether it's Tim Pool or whoever you trust. Find somebody you trust that's probably just a regular guy or gal to report. And there's, and then there's other people like at least trying to do the right thing, like Matt Taibbi, right? Matt Taibbi is trying to do the right thing. The so-called journalist, by the way. That was crazy.
Yep, absolutely.
Like, my life got affected. Everybody's life got affected. People in the chat, everybody's fucking life got affected. My life got affected. My wife's life was adversely affected by the politicians and the riots and the lockdowns and the horrible COVID response, which was far more dangerous than COVID itself. And we're finding that out. And now what do we do about it? That's the big question, because we know we're being lied to. It's like without question.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, man. It really is. And again, as much as I've had my criticisms of Elon Musk in the past couple of months, but dude, I am blown away that he's putting a lot of signal on this, and without him signaling this, that's a game changer right there, man. Like, that's a game changer. I mean, because it's going to put tens of millions of more views on it just by him retweeting. And now it's he's really opened up some eyes on this, because he tweeted that video that I just showed you. So that video that we've never seen from Jacob Chansley, Elon tweeted that and tweeted free Jacob Chansley. So now a ton of people are going to see it. And I can't believe that they kept that from us. I mean, obviously I cover this enough to know that I obviously believe it, but it's just wild.
It is. No, the fact that they're so blatant about it, it just shows their lack of respect for us. And they're like, we're going to get away with it. We've got our narrative. We have all the networks. We have big tech fortifying this narrative. What the fuck are you going to do about it?
Yeah. You know? Yeah, absolutely.
And if somebody gets mad, if we get mad and call it out, well, you're an extremist. You are a danger to our democracy.
Yep. Well, I mean, I've got it. I've got the clip right here. I know you've seen that, right? The extremely dangerous to our democracy clip. Have you seen that one before?
I've seen it, but I think this would be a good time to show it.
Let's play the whole thing right here.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about troubling trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 This is extremely dangerous.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love that clip so much. And that just shows you how programmed these freaks are. Let's see. All right. Dom says, Gavin disrespected you, the panel, and the audience, and you're still playing nice with him. Little disappointed. Why would you have a guy on who has no interest in pop culture? Well, again, so we knew that, but we also followed. I've been following Gavin for a long time. I know Gary probably a lot longer than me even, and knows a lot more about him. So this isn't something that we were blindsided by, but we're not the type that we just don't want to not talk to someone if we have an opportunity to talk to someone and open eyes up and have a good discussion. Ultimately, I don't think it was a productive discussion at all, but at least the attempt was there. So that's my stance on him. And Gary, obviously you can, whatever your take on it is, but that's kind of how I look at it.
I think we tried. I tried to have an even flow show, and we definitely hit back on that. I thought we could get to some common ground culturally. That's I was just, that's why I kept on saying it doesn't really fucking matter if you think it's childish or not. That's immaterial at this point. You got to respect that people like it and it's important. And I couldn't convince them, and that's fine. But that's why, I always say it's great to go hard in the paint once in a while. We got to have provocateurs. They need to be out there. All right. We got to have assholes. Got to have assholes like Matthew Walsh. Got to have assholes like Gavin McGinnis. But ultimately, we need to find common ground sometimes. And if you are ignoring a very important part of the public, it's to your detriment. And that's why that's what makes it easier for people to get pigeonholed and disappeared. So you got to be smart too. You got to be smart and genuine. But that's one thing Gavin is. He's genuinely like that. And I really thought culturally the guy makes great fucking points. There's a great video out there. It's about 7 years old where he says the video's called I'm punk rock. I'm not a conservative. You watch that fucking video. It's a great video. It's a great fucking video. And he breaks down what the punks believed in and what they weren't, what they didn't believe in, because there's a lot of narratives that they were communists. It's fucking bullshit. We were mostly anarchists. We wanted to be left the fucking alone, and we were into individual freedom. And then at the end of the video, he's all, "Oh, fuck it, I'm a conservative," But the hypocrisy comes from he likes music still. He still likes music and older music. He tried to poo-poo that, but that and liking sports is no different than liking comics and games. They're absolutely no different. You're just a nerd for something else.
Yep.
You don't have to like or respect those things. But as far as bringing people in, once in a while, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take a risk. It might not go very well. Somebody might put a dick on the stream. But I always got your guys back, and he got kicked. And not quick enough, but he got kicked.
yes, he did get kicked. He got kicked, and it should have been quicker, but that's kind of that's just because we weren't prepared for it, and it happened.
Prepared for it. Was not prepared for it, but I didn't like everything he said too, and I knew he would say. I knew what his stance were on games, and I was ready to debate him on it. And I think it's it starts a good conversation. It's a good conversation to have. We have a couple of things going on, because as things change, which they are, things are changing, you're going to have very strong debates. There are going to be people saying things aren't changing. You're going to be people saying, like with Star Trek, if you're out on Star Trek, that's fine. I respect your decision, and I'm not going to try to talk you into it. But if somebody from the outside comes in, even with Alex Kurtzman's name on it, and makes something for the fans that's, in my opinion, good, but I also know a lot of the motivation that went behind it, and it was listening to our criticism. I see that as a massive fucking win. Some people don't see that, and that debate is going to start as things start to change, because part of Hollywood is aware that they're losing a ton of fucking money on this woke shit, and some are going to abandon it. Not Disney. Fucking Disney's not gonna, like, ever, but and it's gonna create a lot of debates over the next 2 or 3 years as we get out of the woke era. And you got to steadfast. The one thing you have to remain is honest. That's it. Honest authenticity. You'll win out all the time, because you have nothing to fucking hide. You're not bullshitting anybody. But as far as, Gavin, to bring it back to Gavin, no regrets. Wish it went better, but it didn't. But I did know, like, it could turn into a shit show. I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was funny. It was funny that it kind of went exactly like we expected in terms of, like, his takes and stuff. But I wasn't surprised by anything he said. And like I said, I saw a few people were like, "Oh, you guys just let him do that." It's like, did you listen to anything I said during the whole stream? The whole stream, I was arguing with him. That was the role I took in that moment. It was either gonna be me, Gary, or Ryan that did it. The Shad even popped back a little bit.
Yeah, we were all popping in.
But I spent the majority of the stream calling him out. I literally said, "You're part of the problem." People like you, are part of the problem, and that type of mindset is part of the problem. And that's why I have an issue with a lot of the guys that are on the conservative side. And when I say the conservative side, it's more so just not the leftists. You know what I mean? And so
this might be a mistake on my part, but I'm going to continue this mistake. I don't want to be a person who tells the guests what they can and can't say on the stream outside of YouTube TOS. But as far as, like, thoughts, and I am not going to be somebody who tells my co-hosts what to say or do. I've always told Jeremy and everybody else, treat it like it's your channel. It's fine. It's fine. By the way, stream was monetized when we pulled it down. It was still monetized. There was nothing wrong with it. It would have changed later for sure, but it wasn't. Is that something I want to do every week? Fuck no. No, I'd rather just break down pop culture. I didn't want to talk about, January 6th I'll talk about it here, but that's Friday Night Tights usually just not the place for it. That was brief, but like, the conversation just flows, and that's the way I want to keep it. That's the way I've always kept my channel. I'm not going to be uber professional and have segments and shit like that. That's just not a way I'm ever going to work. So, and sometimes it might lead to some shit, and I'm sorry, but that's the way I'm just going to roll. And with Gavin, I doubt he learned a fucking thing.
No. I would imagine so I just came off of F&T and then onto here. I would imagine he will make a video or whatever platform he's on. I don't even know what platform he's on at this point in time, and laugh about it. That would be what I would believe that's what he would do. So I don't even know what platform his primary platform is at this point in time. Lady G, what's up, Lady G with a fitty? Hello, Lady Gravemaster. Hearts back to you.
I think Gavin's a provocateur, and he sees him, and I think he thought it would be funny. That's what I don't think he takes it very serious. Well, he obviously doesn't take geek culture seriously. Yeah. So I think he thought it would be funny, especially coming at it with this really just, for lack of a better term, boomer point of view on the nerd. Like, it's the nerd's the fat guy who doesn't get laid, and the incel shit that we hear all the time is like, no. That's why I was very happy to tell him, oh no, I've done shit in my life, and you've done shit in your life. We've worked, we've owned businesses, we have families. Oh, and we also can do all this shit. It's really kind of possible.
Yeah, I mean, shockingly enough.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Josh for Hundy. Gary Hush, don't be sorry. You're still our boo. Aw.
Love you guys.
Leaders lead, man. That's what Gary's doing. So
yeah, I mean, like, it's my choice to bring him on. So if you want to bring any heat, bring it to me.
Well, I mean, they're like, we know that. Look, I don't understand why people watch us, and I mean that just I don't mean anything specifically. I just mean us. Like, I can't believe we get anybody watching us. We're blown away by it. You know what I mean? We are the luckiest people on the fucking internet, and so sometimes we're gonna end up in situations where maybe we don't overly think about things. We don't overly try to analyze things and go, well, we should or shouldn't or whatever. It's like, all right, let's just roll with it, and then you live and learn. Everybody remembers the Zack Snyder thing. He's like, okay, that fucking didn't work. I mean, it worked for what we were trying to do, but obviously it bit me in my ass. And so I go, okay, my bad. Sorry, guys.
That way. I'm glad you were a leader and you were a man, but that's not how I saw it. We still raised $100,000 for charity. Now that we know all the details about it was just a simple mistake, and that's not what he really meant, but it didn't matter because he wasn't willing to go back and come back, go back on it.
Publicly say it. Yeah.
So you're like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, because ultimately he wanted me through Uche. He basically was like, told Uche to tell me that I could tell publicly that he didn't mean it that way. And I was like, I refuse to do that. I was like, if you're not going to fucking say it publicly, I'm not saying that shit. I'm not fucking being my own source for any damn thing. You've already put me in enough of a fucking bind. So no, I'm not going to fucking do that. I'm not going to say anything in that respect. If you can't say it, then it's pointless. And he was too much of a coward to say it. And so,
and Warner Brothers was chirping in his fucking ear, and his wife was chirping in his fucking ear. And I take great pleasure in knowing that everybody who was chirping in his fucking ear lost their fucking job.
Yes. 100%, including him. So, because I love how people are like, Jeremy, just what's up, Yellow Flash? Geek Pride, hell yes,
Geek Pride.
I love how everybody's like, Jeremy just hates on the Snyder movies because he doesn't like what Zack did. I was like, motherfucker, I've been hating on those movies long before. I told him to his face I didn't like it.
I like a couple of his movies.
I like Watchmen, and I like Dawn of the Dead. They're fucking both great. I think Watchmen is phenomenal. And that's
he's got a wheelhouse. I think he's got a wheelhouse that he's good in, but he sees himself as like this auteur, and he's fucking not. He's an up jump music video director who can do certain things. Like I think if he did a Dark Knight Returns adaptation, it'd probably be pretty good. You know, if he did it in the style of 300, very Frank Miller style. But yeah, I don't think he can do anything outside that. Stay in the fun, weird horror stuff. A Rebel Moon, who knows? But that's going to Netflix. That's not going in the theaters.
When is that supposed to come out? By the way,
at the end of the year, it's supposed to be in 2 parts. But you're going to see these big budget Netflix specific movies. Those are drying up. You want some good news, folks? You want a white pill if you fucking pissed off at Hollywood? Look for a lot, and I mean a lot of stuff to quietly be shelved and never spoken of again and outright canceled. A lot of the stuff that's like already done, they kind of have to put out. But believe me, there's conversations at Disney right now. Does the Marvels go into theaters? Because they're going to lose their ass. They're going to lose their fucking ass on that movie.
Yep.
And I can't fucking wait. But these huge $200 million movies just going on Netflix, that shit's done. It's over.
Speaking of done, we got somebody here. I think they have something to show us, so we're gonna.
Sorry. Just got done pissing. This is where we do it, right? What's up, Gary? Long time no see.
What's up, Ryan? How you doing?
Not much. What an interesting day, huh?
That was good. Oh,
I'm
man.
all gonna look back on and laugh. I'm still laughing. You know, it's like, what if it's done? What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of funny parts of that fucking stream.
There were.
Sure.
I mean, like Gavin's funny. It's just his take on fandom is shit. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was actually a good opportunity to talk to somebody like that about it. And obviously, you know, Jeremy gave him some pushback on that. I talked about it. You talked about it, Gary, and kind of explained our perspective. And I think even though Gavin, I think was being a troll about it, you could tell that he really backed off on his take. Like once he realized how forceful we were being and how forceful the chat was being, and that he kind of backed up to, well, I think it's important. I just don't think blah, blah, blah. Like he definitely tried to reframe it a little bit. But I mean,
yeah, that's why it was good. Like, because Shad and I were drowning each other.
You guys were all screaming at the same time. Yeah, I saw that.
But Jeremy was great. It was great. Now, it was interesting, and again, I don't regret inviting him on.
No,
you know, at all.
It did. So again, so those that are curious, did F&T get taken down? Yes, by Gary, not by YouTube. Not by YouTube, and it will be re-uploaded to Nerdrotic Live after they edit out the part that Gavin pulled the prank and Rumble, because we don't know how. Like
it's too tough to tell. Like if that got flagged and somebody just saw, they'd probably just get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't need a strike, but we're not like backing away from the conversation. Every minute of that conversation until he whips his dick out will be back up.
Yes.
Yes. I think it's good for that. It sucks we had to fucking take it down because of that. Because that is a good conversation.
It was, and it would have been salty and fun in the comments, and I think it's a really good conversation to have, and hopefully, you know, we either convince people or we don't. I mean, ultimately, that's what you're not going to change. You in the chat, you're going to be geeks. You're going to be fucking geeks forever, and bless you for it. I'm going to be a geek till the day I die. Hollywood's about done with our genre shit after they pulverized it and ground it in the fucking dust, and we're still going to be nerds. We're still going to love this shit. We're still going to read fiction books, and fucking. I was about to break out all the non-fiction books that he would have hated them. I'm like, oh, Graham Hancock's, America Before, or Graham Hancock's Magician of the Gods. Those are non-fiction. Read the shit out of those.
Yeah, I mean, Flash was asked, did he really pull it out? I think it was fake.
Look up a Wizinator. Just look up a Wizinator, and that's what it is.
He specifically said he was not circumcised.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The circumcised wiener that came out.
Yeah,
that's how I did my investigation. I looked very closely, and I'm like, that looks cut. So
yeah. So I mean, I'm retitling this stream because it's basically just an F&T post show at this point in time. So there we go, retitling that right there. But WG for Hundy So sometimes you build a house and it gets burned down. Build anyway. Yes, 100%, man, 100%. And then so this one, I don't think it got burned down, but it definitely got a corner of it burnt. So we're rebuilding that right now. And when do you think it'd be done? When do you think it re-uploaded, Gary?
Tonight.
Okay, so it'll be right back up tonight. So
right back up.
And so I mean,
my channel's doing fine.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, well, the best way you can tell if somebody's pissed off is look at that current subscriber count. And
yep,
it's fine.
there's a
it's
Gary. Can we get John Campia to invest just to be sure?
Yes.
Just to be sure.
I hunted Rob.
I hunted
for Gavin McGinnis.
I hunted.
Welcome to our meetup. He is absolutely where Robert Meyer Burnett will be at. In
I'd
Vegas.
love to see John Campia.
Chris Gore.
Yeah.
It's rendering now. Thanks.
There we go.
Us here in the chat. Terry Metalis is going to be there too.
Ooh, shit. That's awesome.
To talk to the fan. How fucking ballsy is that? I hope you.
That's kind of fucking crazy.
I got
to be honest.
confirmation like I'm going to do this. I'm like, okay.
Ryan, you have a question.
What? Gabe Boy Toucher for $5. Ryan, did your haircut give you extra stamina with your boyfriend as the power bottom? Not particularly. But listen, this haircut is the manliest haircut you can find because every fucking butch lesbian tries to copy it. Okay. When you got every lesbo who wants to be as close to a man as possible copying your haircut, then you know it's a manly haircut.
There it is. Big Mike, I would be a terrible mod. I think all speech is acceptable and debatable. Well, you don't disagree with us. It's just a reality of we're on different platforms that have different vague rules that we have to abide by, and ultimately, it is what it is.
You guys know I don't give a shit.
No,
I don't like spam or anything that can endanger my channel. But other than that, you know.
Well, Gavin said something that made everybody else cringe before the stream started. I just sat there and smiled. But he even asked, he's like, "Hey, are there any rules? Can I cuss here?" And I'm like, "Dude, you can say whatever you want as long as it's not against YouTube TOS." You know what I mean? That's unfortunately the world we live in. But
yeah, you know, well, because there was a time where you could drop all the Game Awards on. Remember those days?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the glory days,
like crazy. Nobody would give a shit because again, they're just words. I mean, some I don't even choose to say because it's my choice. But if other people choose to say them, that's whatever, dude. That's what it should be. But ideas, that's the biggest problem we're having now. It's not just gamer words. It's we can't question certain things on the, and it's ridiculous now that they're openly being questioned, or now we're talking about stuff openly that deplatformed people 2 years ago or a year ago or 6 months ago. And I think if we have plenty of people talking about it in the political field and not enough talking about it in the culture war and in pop culture. That's why it's important. That's why I always tell people, grab a mic. YouTube is not what it used to be, but it still can be a place where you can have fun, speak your mind if you're clever about it, and talk about pop culture if that's what you're into. And there's never enough of us. Never.
Yep. Grizzly Beardo says you all handled it perfectly. Gavin is a known quantity. Not enough friendly debate in the world right now. That stream was a clinic on intellectual honesty. So, yeah, I mean, everybody's gonna have some different takes. We appreciate that. I think, again, if we had it to do all over again, I would do it all over again. You know what I mean? So there's no replay to watch. There will be very soon. It's rendering right now. It's rendering right now.
It'll be up on Nerdrotic Live, and it will be on Rumble, and it will be on iTunes and Spotify and Audible and all the fun places.
Yep. So and then again, I'm sure Eric K's here, so you can drop a link.
Or not Modronics.
But hey, listen, you guys, like the chat. While you guys are still here, let me make sure that I have it.
The best part was Chrissy and X-Ray Girl's faces. Like Extra Girl literally did the shocked Asian face. All right, perfect.
We are on CobraCast, okay? And I saw a lot of you, and you guys had already said, you had already called it. So without further ado, we are going to present to you the Beard of Shame, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I know.
The Beard of Shame is here, ladies and gentlemen. The most anticipated award in the history of YouTube is upon us right now. CobraCast always gives a Beard of Shame out, and we now have it. Shout out to Jay Hellstorm for putting this together. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you tonight's Beard of Shame.
Yeah. Fuck you. Heartfelt.
No way.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
So the question is, does he earn it if he does not say he thinks Jack Murphy's a good dude?
Yeah, that was the worst move, I think.
That was
yeah.
I'm not a big. What did he say before the show or after the show that like Nick Fuente is a good guy? It's like,
yeah, he said. Well, no, he said
I don't know anything about the guy, but I'm not a fan.
Yeah, he said it during. He said Alex Jones, Nick Fuentes, and
Anthony Cumia. Alex Jones and Anthony Cumia are two like legit good dudes. By the way, two dudes who respect geek. Like Cumia plays video games, you know, and he talks to Gavin all the time. So they'll.
I think he said it. I think he said it before the stream.
Was it before? Okay. So yeah, I mean, it was a show, and it was a Friday Night Tights. Our job as hosts of Friday Night Tights is to give you guys the best show we can give you every week. We're not going to meet that standard every single week, but we're always going to try. And you know, we've had some guests in the past, not to this level, you know what I mean? But I would say like we've had some shows that didn't go over as well as others.
Bangers, okay?
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, we can't. They're not all going to be bangers. They every now and then, you know. Well, look, we got to have an Attack of the Clones at some point. Okay, so this was our Attack of the Clones. All right. So,
hey, I've watched that a lot. There's a lot of good memes in there.
I can't believe you said that's the Star Wars movie you've seen the most.
I think that I have watched Attack of the Clones more times than I've watched any other Star Wars movie because of like when it came out, like because I was like 13 years old or whatever, which is like I guess the oldest you could possibly watch it according to Gavin. So I was like 13 years old when that came out, or maybe 14, and I got really into Star Wars after Phantom Menace. So I just watched the shit out of Attack of the Clones because it was like it had so many lightsabers and it had such great fight scenes in it. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, notice I didn't call it The Last Jedi. I said Attack of the Clones. I think it's still a respectable episode. Okay,
Yeah,
I like Attack of the Clones. Gary's standard probably makes it sound a lot worse, but for me, I like Attack of the Clones.
When I watched
Attack
of the Clones for the second time, it was to fight off jet lag when I was in the UK. And fuck you, Ryan. I was like 33 at the time. So
I was like 13 or 14. So I was the perfect age because like it was I was in that mindset, and also like my dick was getting hard for Padme too. You know what I mean? So it was the perfect combination.
She did look good.
Hey, George is like, hey, can you put on the fucking tightest thing possible? And we're going to put you by the fireplace. And every time you fucking breathe in and out, your tits are going to move. Okay, no problem, George. Hey, by the way, let's put you in this white skin tight thing and have you run around with it. And by the way, a random next who's going to scratch it and half it's going to mysteriously fall off so you can run around.
My favorite part was when she jumps out of the troop carrier into the sand and rolls down, and then goes, gets up. Like the
sand was soft.
Laughed out loud when that happened. I'll never forget it.
When Shmi Skywalker died, I laughed out loud in the theater with all my friends.
Did you?
Yes.
I love that bitch.
This is a terrible death.
I still love me some. Yeah, I see that there's a lot of prequel discussion now. There's some people loving, some people hating, but I'm a prequel guy. Gary ain't. Ryan is.
I'm not, but I saw the Disney trilogy, so I actually did see something worse.
Revenge of the Sith is my favorite Star Wars movie. So it's my favorite Star Wars.
Mine too.
So yeah. So I love it. The Empire's the better movie, but Revenge of the Sith is my favorite. So because Empire is like nearly a perfect movie. It's just nearly a perfect fucking movie.
Perfect science fiction.
So fucking good, man. So good. I have not played the Resident Evil 4 remake, although Beardo has a video going up on Geeks and Gamers Play tonight, I think, as a matter of fact, on that one. So, and I've got to get this show done in the next 40 minutes. So you guys gonna hang while I read super chats? You're gonna bounce.
I'm gonna probably bounce and
yeah.
I'll probably bounce and yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. I saw one about me though. I can't leave. There's one about me. Something about my forehead. Done. Where did it go? Something from Gay Boy Toucher. I don't know what it was.
Let's see. I'm looking through them now and see. And by the way, for everybody curious, here it is. No, you got that one. Ryan, does your haircut get? Oh, you read that one.
Okay. I thought there was another one.
There might be another one. Drunk Emerald Arrow gave 5 gifted memberships. So CobraCast is a show that it started from a meme. I did it one time on a Friday night after Friday Night Tights, and I was like, I'm just gonna meme Tim Pool tonight. I'm gonna have some fun, and it did so fucking good that you guys just made it a real thing. And so it happens Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I hate that I do it so late because I'd like to do it earlier. I just have so many obligations already, and I'm trying to free up some of that stuff. But me and Ryan are starting our daily live stream on Geeks and Gamers this Monday. So that's going to be like 11 a.m., I believe is the time we pin down. 1 hour news topics. We're going to run through some of the news topics, clip those things out, take a few of your super chats, talk about, meta PCs. You use code GEEKS, GEEKS. Make sure you go over to the landing page. The mods will be dropping the links right there if you're looking for a new PC. We now have a partnership with Meta PCs, and I hope you guys will go over there and check it out. So we're really excited about that, and that's how we're going to get this the studio rolling. So that's going to help us out with that. So,
Big Mike in the chat. If I farted, you'd have fucking heard it. I don't have some cloud, ass that when you blow it goes like that, you would have heard that.
Oh man, Big Mike's always trolling. It's so damn funny.
Big Mike Obama. He's not trolling. That's just who he is.
Yeah, I know. Mike's good people.
Packing some meat.
Big Mike's been around for like over a year now, it feels like, right? So
probably more. Like I feel like time flies in this shit.
It does. It definitely does. And it's you guys make it so damn fun. And if this would be an F&T long discussed. So and that's the best kind of, we want a discussion going on, you know what I mean? Let me see what I got.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, like we'll always have, Critical Drinker and Mahler and like those guys coming on, but it's good to have a mix up a little bit, so yeah, it's definitely a mix up.
Hayden dropped to 20, says, "Hail friends. I missed a little bit, but it seemed like Gavin wasn't too into F&T, what F&T actually is. Let's see. What I was able to watch today was fun. Glad you guys jumped on to CobraCast. My 32nd birthday of F&T was eventful. Well, happy birthday, Hayden. Hayden Wayne, as I call you, Hayden Wayne. And I mean, I don't think he knew a lot about what it was.
Some people love the show. Like some people fucking loved it tonight because they liked the fact that we had somebody on there that we actually had a legit kind of argument with. You know what I mean? And a discussion with. And of course, I mean, Gavin's been doing this a long time, so a lot of people find him funny. But yeah, like I think he said something like that. Where it's like, yeah, I don't know about superhero geek shit. And I was like, you came on the wrong fucking podcast. Like that was like in the first 5 minutes or something. So
he had to point out all my action figures, and I just reminded him this is fucking nothing, brother.
It's one wall, yeah.
One fucking wall.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna change. Not for anybody, but yeah.
No, can't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. The Lost Tales says, welcome to the snake pit, Gary. Gavin is scared of anime and pit bulls with the snake pit emojis.
I think the dodgeball.
Oh, no, that's 100%, dude. I mean, that's all G.I. Joe Cobra based. You know what I mean? So I love it, man. I love dodgeball. I actually meant to watch it the other day because somebody in the chat was bringing it up again. I mean, I love dodgeball.
Dude,
so much,
I just watched it. It's all-time classic.
Yes.
I watched Tropic Thunder the other day after the Ben Stiller comment kind of went viral like a week or two ago. So yeah, that was good.
Was that after he visited Zelensky?
Oh, well, yeah. It was when he was like, I'm not apologizing for it. I think I stand by like the movie we made, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I had to watch it again because of that. The fact that they got away with some of the shit they got away with in that movie is fucking so funny.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Joe Rogan interview with with Robert Downey Jr. where he's talking about it. He's like, yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go over. Darkening my skin, pretend to be black, doing all this stuff. He's like, we did it. And everybody loved it. All my black friends were like, dude, this is fucking hilarious. Everybody was talking about Ben Stiller being retarded. Like that was the backlash for that movie.
Legal Mindset will actually be on Tuesday night's main event this week. So I'm sure at some point we can get him on F&T. I had a great discussion on his channel. I memed Gary a lot on that one. I was just talking shit about Gary.
Oh, were you? I got
I was talking about you can't see. I was like about your phone and the font, and then I was like people seem to think we know what the fuck we're doing. I was like, we have to sit there for 30 minutes before Friday Night Tights starts because Gary don't know what the fuck's going on. We don't know what we're doing.
It's a lot easier when I'm making a video and like my video, like a normal person would make my videos much faster, but I have to fucking triple and quadruple check everything I do because I just do so much shit. So I couldn't make it in editing in Hollywood because I would fuck up, but I catch my fuck ups, but it make my shit like super late, So I'm just like, I'm not gonna make it here.
Yeah, Paige says Drunk 3PO said Adam Driver's new movie 65 was good. Will you watch it, D-Day Cobra? It does look pretty interesting, actually. I don't think it's bad. It looked okay.
It looked way more interesting for me until I knew that it was actually like dinosaurs 65 million years ago. Like until they showed that second trailer.
The
mystery of that first trailer like had me hooked because you just see, I think all you saw was like just a big print. Like it was kind of tough to tell like what exactly it was. But then in that next one where they're like 65 million years ago, dinosaurs roam the earth. It's like Adam Driver fucking fighting dinosaurs and shit. Yep. I'm still probably gonna watch it because I do think it looks good.
I'm working on through them, Adam. I'm definitely gonna get to him, buddy. And then somebody just said, and I agree with this right here. Nerdrotic videos are the best videos on YouTube. They're fucking phenomenal. They're really good. They're really good. To the point where almost
7 to match every one.
Yes, they're so good, dude. They're so good. So for those that are just tuning in, why is F&T set private? We had a little troll.
We had an incident.
Gavin pretended to fucking pull his dick out and piss all over his entire thing.
Yes.
Like if you go back, there's clips of it on Twitter you can find. If you Google Wizinator, you'll see it. Fucking joke. But he stood up. He was like, "Oh, I didn't go to the bathroom quick enough." And he fucking starts just like pretending to piss over everything.
Laugh at if it was on somebody else's channel.
Exactly.
Mine, I'm like, oh shit. And to me, it looked like a dick.
Like there's like if it went to like YouTube, like if it gets flagged and if it gets struck, we're not going to be like, oh come on, it's just a fake dick. Like there's just not enough that we'd be able to justify it. So
like
it will. The whole stream will be back up, with the exception of the fake dick.
No
up on Nerdrotic Live.
We're gonna catch every gamer word he said. But we'll see.
Yeah. So the main thing is, as long as Gary's channel is not affected, which I don't see that happening at all, that's all I really care about at the end of the day. You live and learn, and that's really all that you can do. And he was trolling with that, and he got what he wanted done. So it is what it is.
Just remember, comic books, Star Wars, that shit's for kids. Dick and fart jokes, totally cool.
Totally cool. Totally what the mature adults does. But yeah, no Spider-Man and Batman stuff. No. You can't do that. You can't play video games or like Spider-Man. So again, I saw a few people saying like, well, what was the point? What were you guys hoping to accomplish? Well, I was hoping to have a conversation with someone that's been around for a long time. You know what I mean? Hoping that ultimately that didn't happen. And I mean, I take that back. I think it did happen. I think there was good conversation in there.
Yeah.
Mixed in with a lot of trolling. But as the show progressed, I'm sure a lot of people started to see me kind of get a little like check, because I'm like, he's not really interested like in really having a conversation as much as he's just having fun, and so at that point it's just like, when I stepped in with the X-Ray Girl stuff, I'm like, guys, stop giving him fucking answers. He's just trolling at this point. That's all he's doing. So the more you answer, the more he's gonna ask. You know what I mean?
The difference we have with hosts, right? And I got to respect that, by the way. Some hosts do not want to be public about their private lives. They just don't. You know, as we don't know as his name. He talks about his brother, but he, you know, it's different for every host. My life is an open book, but Jeremy's not, and I got to respect that. And if somebody says shut it down, they're going to shut it down. And as I've said before, every co-host can treat my channel like it's their channel. I'm not going to tell anybody what to say or what not to say, or it's free form conversation. It's a bunch of knuckleheads and a couple of ladies. One of them's a knucklehead. We love Chrissy in the best way. I mean that, but it's just shooting the shit. So it would be like us sitting around dinner, just shooting the shit, maybe minus a couple of gamer words, but that's about it. That's what Friday Night Tights is. It's me hanging out with my friends and all of you in the chat. And we definitely, you know, I keep my eye on it at all times, and I see what's going on. That's what, you know, that's why I can't get into every single conversation, because despite Garrett being there, I'm still like looking at the super chats, looking at the chat, looking at the activity, making sure the stream is still good, you know. And then when Gavin did that thing, I'm like, where's the dump button? Where's the dump button?
I was really aggravated at that, though. I was like, this guy needed to be kicked the moment that happened, and I wanted him. I didn't have access to it. I would have kicked him immediately.
Well, I mean, he got kicked. Like,
yeah, he did get kicked.
Out.
Yeah,
no. Yeah. If like next time that won't happen. Next time that will, because we can just play a commercial or something like that. There's plenty of sound effects that you can play, but I'll use a Star Trek II reference. Remember when Kirk overrides the ship, and Khan's all, where's the override? Where's the override? That was me.
It says Quarterback Garrett really shined in that moment.
When he left,
when he came back, he's like,
he's all, what's going on,
Gavin?
Camera's been on the whole time, huh? WG says, honestly, I was more shocked the Pope left you a super chat.
The Pope left us a super chat. Yes.
Pope's a big fan of FNT. Big fan.
Francis.
Big fan. Hail FNT crew, you handled yourselves better than most. Question for the media, though: have any of you read Michael Crichton's book Micro? I hear that they are in pre-production for a movie. Any thoughts on that?
That sounds bad.
No.
If it was in production like 3 or 4 years from now, I'd be excited about it. But I'm
not
convinced Hollywood.
I'm not
learned.
There's only one person in Hollywood that I would be excited that they're working on any film, and that's Christopher Nolan. But like outside of that, like it's
Nolan,
so few
Matthew
and far
Vaughn,
between.
Nolan and Matthew Vaughn, and that's it.
A lot of people saying that's a good book.
What was the name? What was the book?
Micro.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it
it's Crichton.
Is it a story about what Gavin showed today?
No, Crichton does rule. Okay, Michael Crichton, may he rest in peace, does fucking roll. The guy is a great writer.
Let's see.
Not Tim Burton. No, I don't trust Tim Burton. Not anymore.
Let's see. I'm looking right now. Oh yeah, what up, Camelot? Camelot. I'm gonna be on Camelot's CamelCast Saturday. I know Gary was on there.
I drank fucking almond milk with 4 eggs in it, raw eggs.
That's part of the gimmick, isn't it?
That's part of you go on the show, you have to drink the fight milk. There's no choice.
We'll see about that, motherfucker. No. I don't just drink or eat anything. So you gotta convince me.
If you
convince me, CamelCast.
If you don't drink it, you're a pussy.
Well, I'll be a fucking pussy. So I don't give a fuck. Gavin said I was a fucking pussy for playing video games. Fix to fire up Fortnite Season 2 tonight. So I don't give a fuck. So let's go.
The reason I don't play video games, I'm not good at them. It's not that
I'm fucking telling you that is the best fucking monetary value for you. You're not good at games. You can't see shit. You're a fucking boomer. You would probably be bigger as a boomer gamer than you are as the best, like the Joe Rogan of the geek world. You'd just be better as a boomer gamer. You'd probably be bigger than you are now. I'm telling you. Tell him, chat. Tell him.
There's a lot of women who make a lot of money being really bad at video games, Gary.
But they're hot and I'm not.
Yeah, but it's not
true. But sometimes people don't want to listen to a woman.
The boomer aspect of it.
If I was in a kiddie pool, I'll do it.
Look at the chat. The chat is overwhelming. Like, yep, Jeremy's right. 100%, man.
I'll play
Yes,
The Witcher
Hailstorm.
again.
Gary lobbies would be great.
There's more
Yes, they
boobs
would.
in Witcher than Hogwarts Legacy, so I'm gonna go with Witcher. I'll find the boobs. Find the boobs.
Oh man, Jared the American. Let me see if I can find yours. There's a lot I got to get to, guys. I apologize that I haven't gotten to them.
I'm gonna bounce to make it a little bit easier for Jeremy to get through.
Well, hang on.
Because
Let me make sure that Jared the Americans is not directed at either one of you before I cut you both loose.
Go eat my pineapple pizza.
I don't have Krista here. I don't have Steph here. I don't have anybody here.
Where are they?
Hailstorm. Hailstorm. They are at a movie.
They're women in line, Jeremy.
They're in a movie right now. Jared the American, Gary, and Jeremy, you guys did your best. There we go. I got you, Jared. It's okay. Though I appreciate that. Yeah, Hailstorm's here. Say hello.
Hi.
Hello. Bye. Anyway, so yeah, I don't have Krista. I don't have Steph here. I don't have Hollywood Scholar here. I only have Hailstorm, and I don't even like Hailstorm. You know what I mean? I don't even like him, but here we are. But anyway, Ryan, you got to bounce.
Yeah, I don't get enough super chats to need any fucking assistance on my channel, so I do the whole fucking thing myself. That's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna bounce out of here.
Give us a Meta PCs plug and because you're good at that stuff, and a MegaCon plug before you leave.
For sure. So we'll start with MegaCon on April 1st, April Fool's Day. You might as well come out and see us on Saturday, April 1st. The Geeks and Gamers crew will be at MegaCon Orlando. We're going to be doing a panel, and I'm sure we're going to be doing something after to kind of hang out and talk to you guys, things like that. So we'd love to see you guys there. We'd love you to pack out the place. It'd be a lot of fun. MegaCon wanted us there, so we thought, why not? Sounds perfect. So we'll be there on April 1st. And in terms of Meta PCs, Jeremy talked about it earlier. We are now officially partnered with Meta PCs for Geeks and Gamers. And I've been to these guys, well, their warehouse they had before their new big warehouse in Phoenix. But I went out to visit those guys. I talked to Zach. They're all awesome dudes. And most importantly, they back what we're doing, and they don't get offended when I do a Batman review or something like that. So they've got our backs and we've got theirs. So really good people to be doing business with. And they make awesome computers, whether you want a pre-built one or a custom built PC. So use promo code GEEKS at metapcs.com. And we do have an official landing page too. If you're not quite sure what you want, we got some suggestions there. But don't forget promo code GEEKS for a discount.
There we go. Ryan's so good at that.
Yeah, yeah.
This $20 could be Gary's if he was gaming. Look at there, Gary. I'm making you potential money. Come on.
Okay, this weekend.
Like Gary has never gotten a $20 super chat ever, and so that will be his first ever. And I'm responsible.
Well, you're responsible for all of it. You've produced all my shows. You're the reason I'm here, Jeremy. Thank you.
With his comments about putting on graphics when going to the bathroom, one had to think that Gavin was planning that stunt the whole time. Y'all did great. FNT Nerdroid Geeks and Gamers Forever.
I'm sure he planned it.
Yes, yeah. So he's talking about whenever like that would happen. He's like, why do you guys do that? You know. So
probably.
I'm pretty sure he was setting that up the whole time.
I mean, listen, a lot of people think it's pretty fucking funny. Like taking apart like the, hey, I should do that on somebody else's channel, like all that stuff. A lot of people are fucking talking about it and clipping it out because it's shocking. The pictures
funny. Okay.
Chris Gore DM'd me. He DM'd me the screenshot, and he's like, "This is going to be the new Zapruder film." And it is. It's like X-Ray Girl's head went back into the left when she saw Gavin's fake dick. You know what I mean?
All right, get out of here, Ryan. Right. You're not playing Fortnite with me later, right, Ryan?
Oh, actually, I'm going to. Do you got space?
No, you're not.
I'm not. Fuck you.
See you, man. Have a good one.
Later, Ryan. Right. And I'll let you finish up your soup. Jeremy, thanks for having me on. And I'll keep on, sometimes I'm like doing nothing late at night when you're on. So I'll jump on if you want.
Snake Pit, would you like to see Gary here occasionally? I think they would love that idea. I think the Snake Pit would love to see Gary over here, and you obviously welcome anytime. So I just put you in the CobraCast chat, and then the link will be there if you ever want to.
You can jump on one of my streams, dude.
Hey, let's do
like that. Fucking, you're welcome. It's like,
do it. And I'd like to get you on main event like once a month if possible. I'd love to get that
possible. So. Like we're now that like
I know Tuesday's a tough one because you always do BBC. So and we're moving it up an hour, and I talked about moving it up 2 hours. but
Well,
but we're 1 hour.
We'll set up something once a month. I think that's pretty fair considering.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah, considering.
We'll definitely set something up, and guys, go out to MegaCon to see Geeks and Gamers. That'll probably, I wish I could go, but that's gonna be a good time. That's also April 1st is gonna be the 20th anniversary of me buying my comic store. I bought my comic store April 1st, 2003. Look at my wife bringing in pineapple. I'm jumping off the screen right now. I won, dude. I won the lottery. I got
you did.
Hot
there
white
you did.
Pizza like makes a 10 and 11, and I'm gonna hit that. No, I'm just kidding.
Take it easy, brother. I will see you. I will see you soon, man. Have a good one, man.
Take care.
All
Bye,
right,
Dad.
All right, everybody. We're getting back to basics here. And yeah, so we're gonna have Gary appear on CobraCast occasionally, and I'm gonna get him locked in for at least one Tuesday night's main event a month. I think that will be awesome. And it's good stuff, man. I love my bros and my sisters over there at F&T. And it's been a hell of a run that we've had over there. And shit like this is only gonna make us closer. And we're just gonna laugh about it. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's all you can do. That's all you can do. Let me see. I'm looking right now to see where I'm at. There's Dan Vask. Why is he still here, by the way? Got that one. Got that one. Got that one. WG gifted 5 D-Day Cobra memberships. I got that one. Haas Bonaventure. Gavin's cool. Y'all need to lighten up his humor. He has a point about people stuck in Arrested Development. Jeremy has a point about the culture. I mean, again, I don't think it's about lightening up. I mean, I would have laughed about that if that was another stream, probably. But this is my stream, or at least my friend's stream, my show. And when you have a common interest to talk to someone, and they intentionally are just trying to troll to, after making comments about how drag shows are terrible for children to be at, which I agree completely. But then, we have a show that, potentially has, kids watching it, and you pull something like that, it kind of ruins the overall point behind what you're trying to say. So I guess that's my biggest issue with it. So Sahil says, F&T was great up until the piss stunt. Love to Geeks and Gamers. Thank you. Appreciate that. Semper Barta says, Gavin is Jack 2.0 bum. Always has been. For the Emperor, I missed F&T, and now I can't find it to watch. Was it taken down? I think you probably already got your update on that. So it definitely was taken down by us, not by YouTube. So by us, not by YouTube. By the way, here in about an hour, I'm going to be live on Twitch. If you guys are interested in that, you can follow me on Twitch, D-Day Cobra. I'm going to be playing the new season of Fortnite. I have not played it at all, so I don't know what it's all about, but I will be there. And my crew will be with me, so we're going to have some fun with that. So if you're interested, please go follow me on Twitch, and I'll be live later tonight. Nick Braun says, happy belated birthday. Maybe next F&T we can bring on Matt Walsh. Hey, I would love to have Matt Walsh on. Okay. I would love to have Matt Walsh on. Christian Wolf says, I trained at Chuck Liddell's gym in the late 2000s. Almost every pro fighter played WoW religiously. Gavin doesn't know what he's talking about. No, he doesn't. Let's just call it what it is. Okay. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He has no fucking idea what he's talking about when it comes to pop culture and geek culture and all of that. He does not know what he's talking about. He's completely out of his depth on this. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with not knowing what you're talking about. But when someone that does know what they're talking about is trying to educate you, maybe listen and maybe learn a little bit. There's things that Gavin can probably teach me about that I don't know about. But he's not going to find that chance out to have that discussion with me, because he's clearly not, he doesn't have good faith in when he's talking. At least he didn't tonight, in my opinion, for the most part. I don't feel that there was good faith involved. I'm not mad about it. I'm not, I'm not going to, say anything like cancel him, or because that's not how I feel. I just feel like, hey, we're on the same side here. So I wish there was a little more kind of respect on both sides here for the audience and for the discussion that we're trying to have. But clearly that wasn't the case. And it is what it is. I can't change that. I can't go back. I can't change his perception or, his actions. I can only look back and go, I think I did a pretty good job. And so I'm okay with that. Let's see. Onib says, for you to watch alone or on stream, Trump, Biden, and Obama play Dungeons and Dragons featuring Ben Shapiro. I will definitely check that out. Brad Man, Gavin and Matt Walsh tell me to grow up and I'm not a man for being into nerd life. But yeah, I don't see them anywhere in Iraq or Afghanistan with us. I heard that. And a lot of our brave service men are big time gamers. Big time. Lawrence DeWolf says, I'm sorry I have a problem with him. Let's see. I'm sorry I do have a problem with him. People like him have talked down to us for years with allies like his who needs wokies. Beard of shame him. And he has been shamed with the beard. Anthony, what up? Anthony with $1. Thank you. Jess Anderson didn't know Gavin and was not impressed. Calling us incels and the process to most childish things. Good. He got a little clap back. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I should have given more than I did. I'm pretty happy with the level of clapback that I gave. I think I kept it within reason for sure. And I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with that. I saw some people in the chat going, Jeremy's really pissed off. I wasn't pissed off as much as I was just like, bro, come on, man. Like, I know you well enough to know. You know what I mean? Like, I know that this is your take and stuff, but let's have an actual talk, you know, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Let's see. Oracle of Doom says, I knew that you weren't too comfortable having that guy on. I could see it in your body language. Alas, you like, let's see. Alas, you like always handled it like effing like a fucking badass Cobra boss you are. Hail Cobra. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Not so much uncomfortable as much as just I felt what was going on as the show progressed. I kind of felt that this dude's really like pushing it into a place that like he's not here for the right reasons. I definitely felt that. Dude says Gavin's stunt was pretty bad in my eyes because, oh yeah, I got that one. Honest Jerk says, what up, Jeremy? Just got off shift. And as a side question, if you had control of G.I. Joe franchise, what would you do? Make a show like Resolute or something new? Yo, Joe. I like G.I. Joe Resolute a lot. They did do a sex swap on dial tone, which is bullshit. But overall, I thought Resolute was good. It doesn't have a very strong finish, but overall, I liked Resolute. Ultimately, if you go back to Rise of Cobra, I think Rise of Cobra has actually got some elements that can work. Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow are really good in that movie. The aesthetic of Cobra Commander is terrible. Everything about Cobra Commander is fucking trash in that movie. The casting of Duke was terrible. The casting of Ripcord was terrible. Like, there's some bad casting decisions in that, but I like the action elements of it, and I thought it could work. Better casting, a little tighter story, and a little more focus on Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. I think I could make a good movie out of that first movie if you gave me control of it. So I don't think they're too far off base in terms of certain aspects of it, but the casting and the backstory of some of the characters is terrible. And Channing Tatum as Duke is a fucking disaster on every level. I mean, it's unforgivable. Channing Tatum as Duke is unforgivable. Lying Face Dog Pony Soldier for $2. Thank you. Adam Ellenberg, perfect FNT guest, Mark Dice. I mean, I would love to have Mark Dice on. I know me and Gary have talked about having somebody like a Mark Dice on. I don't know if it's a perfect fit, but I'm sure it's something we could work out down the road for sure. Could you do anything to redeem the Snake Eyes movie, D-Day Cobra? The Snake Eyes movie is terrible in every way. The solo Snake Eyes movie is awful. That movie is Last Jedi level awful. It is unforgivable in every way possible. I see nothing redeeming about the Snake Eyes movie. There is nothing redeeming about that movie. Fuck that movie straight to hell. Mav Dick says X-Ray also missed my super. Gary did not read it. I will let Gary know. Matt, and he always reads them on the Super Chat Square Up, though, just so we're clear. He does read them on the Super Chat Square Up. Jace the Pop Culture Vandal says people are forgetting Gavin is a provocateur. That's his MO. Even with people he would agree with politically, he's always plays the hipster character. Agreed. J1, Jeremy has my vote. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Busted Knuckle for all the big talk. I expected a big point. In reference to what? As is Wonky Eyebrow, Alex Jones was more respectful of FNT than Gavin. Agreed. Doc Holliday, who's the greatest president of your lifetime, Jeremy? Donald J. Trump, the 45th president of the United States of America. Shaka Zulu, Gavin was starting to roll on me until the joke happened. It was a big middle finger to you guys, and it's still a great show. I wonder if Gavin will retain the points you made to him. I think I read that one earlier, but I hear you on that. Josh 316, not gonna lie, I turned it off halfway through FNT just because he was an obnoxious right. He was obnoxious right in the beginning. River Miles, I like Gavin, missed the stream, but what about those mutuals? Say that again now. I like Gavin, missed the stream, but what about those mutuals? I don't know exactly what you're talking about on that one. Is that the joke about Jack Murphy and what he said to Ricada? I don't know. I'm not picking up on that one. What is the square up? And is Resident Evil 2 worth playing? You talking about the Resident Evil 2 remake or original Resident Evil 2? The square up, if Gary's still watching, he can answer in the chat, or if Quarter Black or if X-Ray Girl is here. But he does the square up on Nerdrotic Live. The chat, I'm sure, it's the Jack Murphy joke. Okay. So yeah, the chat could probably tell you when he does a square up. I don't know exactly what date he does that on, but he does do a square up and reads all of the super chats. He does do that. Clifton 3D, I think the arguments were good and viewers didn't mind that, but like Shad's kid was on before the joke. Kids watch FNT. Agreed. Eric K, right there. Eric K just answered. Dan says, off topic, did you review Ripa's iSum comic? Is it good? I didn't review it, but it is good. It's a good comic. Very good. Asia X, can't stay tonight, but wanted to send some love right back at you, Asian X. Thank you. Digital Demonic Davros. I have gone from left to right leaning because everything is going the wrong way to my stoic ways and masculine energy. I'm all over the place politically. I'm all over the place. Swig of water for the working man. But FNT will be re-uploaded to Nerdrotic Live and to Nerdrotic Rumble tonight. Darth Who says, great to see some January 6th narrative falling apart. It's mad how shady most of the reporting has been. Keep up the good work. Hashtag CobraCast never dies. Thank you. J. Cal says, Jeremy, I think you're lame sometimes, but mostly you're someone I'd like to have a beer with. But when you stood up to Gavin and called him out as an example of the problem, I was cheering for you. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. You can't buy me a beer, but you can buy me a Dr. Pepper or a Coke. Sci-Fi is Life. Was Gavin aware of how YouTube operates? Yes, 100%. Project Piper Customs. Some real money for you. Carry on, Cobra. Thank you, brother. Josh 316 for 20. Agreed to step out of the comfort zone, but his personality was a turn off that I disregarded with everything he said. I agree. I understand that. Jay Schwalbach for $112.13 on Streamlabs. I don't understand why I watch you either. Chateau. If comics can get Chateau, so can you. Thank you, Jay Schwalbach. I appreciate it, brother. Brightest Day tanked my opinion of him, upheld my opinion of you. Thank you. Adam Ellenberg, you guys should bring Mark Dice on as a guest. He knows his stuff about Hollywood. Hail Gary and go Cox. The South Carolina Gamecocks, not Gavin's. Brad Mann, will there be an FNT square up? I guarantee I'm not the only one whose super chat got missed of what he did with X-Ray Girl. Yes, there will be a square up. I don't think he actually has a date scheduled, but there will be a square up on Nerdrotic Live. Go to Nerdrotic Live, subscribe, and turn the bell on for notifications. David Comer, Jeremy, to quote the late Dennis Green, Gavin is who we thought he was. A stunt, I think, hurts FNT and sabotages the movement. Love you, man. I don't think it hurts FNT, and I don't think it sabotages the movement, but I understand where you're coming from, and I respect where you're coming from. There are people that don't like me or that are jealous of FNT that are going to use this moment, just like there were people that used the Zack Snyder moment, and they have not let go of that moment because that's their claim to relevance. So there are people that are going to use this to attack FNT, to attack me, to attack Gary. That will happen. Okay. And there's nothing I can do about that. And that's always going to happen when you have some level of success. And so there's nothing we can do about that. But I don't think it hurts us at all. I think it sucked but we're just regular people, man, doing our thing, and we're not professionals at anything we do. We're just fucking idiots that turn the camera on, and luckily we have some people to watch us. You know what I mean? So that's it. But thank you. I appreciate the feedback. General Duality. Hail, Gary and Jeremy. I'm definitely going to finish F&T on Rumble. This will be a great CobraCast with Gary. Yes. Let's see. Roba Damson says, respect. He asked questions about avatars meant and what they meant and waited for Quarter Black to go avatar before the stunt. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's a fair point. I clearly believe that he intended to do it. No doubt about it. Badger Toes, no judgment on you guys. It's all on him. Thank you. Meredith G. It's just as important to protect geek culture as it is to protect Ronald Dahl, Ian Fleming, and Grim Fairy Tales. You mustn't give any ground. Agreed. Rabid One Corn Pop. As is Wonky Eyebrows. Gary, do gaming, do it. Al says, hail, Gary. I don't agree with all of the crew's takes, but all of you are good people. Act in good faith and all honest. You'll all have a convo and be true to yourselves. You've all grown to be some of my favorite creators. Well, thank you, brother. Gabe says, Corn Pop, flop, OP, do wop. Corn Pop has become a legend over on Tuesday Night's Main Event. He has. I do think I think Evan Martin in the chat says, nah, man, it only makes you guys stronger. It's healthy to have people you might debate with. I think so. Look, I'm of the mindset that I think for me, whether it's friendships, relationships, let's just say friendships, okay? I think this is whether friendships or even working relationships. I think a good argument is important. And I don't mean just like a difference of opinion. I mean, when I'm friends with someone or if I have a work relationship with someone, I think a legitimate, good, passionate fight, and I don't mean fist fight, but you know what I mean, is good. It's very good. Confrontations are good. It's good to have that heat of the moment, face to face, screaming at each other and work that shit out and then work it out and then cool off and shake hands and walk away and have compromise. That shit is important and it's necessary. And so for this thing, like, I think this would be the equivalent of that. It's like, hey, let's try to think about this. We are growing. This show has grown. You know what I mean? We're doing some things. Let's think about this next time. You know, it allows opportunity to learn and grow. So that's all it was. So F&T will be much stronger for this, much stronger. So let's see here. Brown Gaijin says, Jeremy, I had dinner with members of Gays Against Groomers the other night. He doesn't read comics, but when I told one about how many have changed sex preference, he got the point. Don't lose hope. Thank you, Brown Gaijin. Christian Wolf, have you guys heard of the Unsubscribed podcast? Ex-military guys that talk about video games and stream on Twitch might be good guests or collabs. Noted. I'll look into that. The Coconut, can we get fun bags next time someone takes clothes off on F&T, please? Real fun bags, not the one Az likes. LOL. I think that's a good request. Aaron Alexander, Leptoids won't give a damn. They think anyone against them should be locked up at best or shadow realmed at worst. Yeah, 100% on that. 100% on that. TJ, I found tonight's episode of F&T very interesting and enjoyable. It was different, but a good one for the change up. Definitely entertaining for sure. LOL. Thank you, TJ. Venom Kaitsu, gonna dip out for a while. Catch the SP next week. Thank you, Snake Pit. Rise up. Heath Nation, Jeremy, all those new groups are owned by Sinclair. I know that. I'm aware it's a Sinclair news group. Eric John, what up, Eric John? I heard there was a spicy pepperoni on F&T tonight. Dermy Wormy, hell, brother. I got my own show tonight. And Jed is uber mega gay. Thank you, bro. Dom H. Gavin disrespected you, the panel, and I read this one earlier. And you're playing nice with him. A little disappointed. Why would you have a guy on who has no interest in pop culture? And I think we answered that one a little bit earlier, but again, your points are still valid, and I appreciate where you're coming from. 100%. Sis SMP says, this is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. Mad Dick, one of the most horrifying clips ever. Yes. Heath Nature, how do I know they're owned by Sinclair? Because they showed Local 12, which is our hometown station, and they fired the right-leaning employees. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go. Darren for $100. Thank God for Tim Pool giving us the superior cast, the CobraCast. Snake Pit, rise up. I need to see snake pit emojis in the chat right now. We got the new one too. I see James, aka Captain J6, with the new one. We got one more like that one. There it is, James. James is showing it right now. Hell yeah, you guys are awesome. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving yet. I still got more to read. I ain't going nowhere. We still got 1900 strong. Look at that. Look at that. Love it. Love it. Snake Pit rising up. You guys are the fucking best, man. The best. Honest Jerk, we are not a democracy. We are a republic. Modalicious, YouTube won't let me goof on G-Man's baby bladder. Modalicious has been following forever, man. Modalicious has been following forever. Jennifer Douglas, seeing that makes you wonder who's writing and sending out the script to all those newsrooms. Well, again, it was Sinclair, so it was one company, but still, it still came off very, very cringe and disingenuous. Sailor Mercury, Gavin was even worse than Snyder, in my opinion. Screw him. Well, the difference in the Snyder thing was that's why there was no kind of real pushback on that, because it was a charity stream. So I wasn't there, but there was no way we were going to push anything back on the Snyder stream. So Joe Biden's dilated sphincter. Chaotic show was kind of fun. Everyone handled it well. Not sure what everyone is so butthurt over. Thank you. Modalicious. Nobody make fun of Gary's melon prostate, or Gab's melon prostate. Joe C, what up, Joe C? You guys stuck to your guns and exposed Gavin as just another tool. By the way, Ripa's stream is off the chart. He had to debate another Gen Z clown. Hell, CobraCast and cheers. I know I got to talk to him here in just a minute. Bearded old beard, kind of ironic. Gavin calls geek culture infantile, then pulls a completely childish move. You nailed it. Those that preach the loudest have the most to hide. Colby says, have you seen CCTV security footage from inside the Capitol when the guy couldn't get the magnetically sealed door open? He waved to the camera and then was able to open the door. I'd need to watch that. Modalicious, me thinks Gav did that so you won't invite him back. Probably. Chris Z, I'm not surprised Gavin likes Jack Murphy. Birds of a feather. Steve Martin, CobraCast, 1,000% better than FNT tonight, boys. First ever dislike on Nerdrotic video. We're still friends though, Gary. Hey, man, your feedback is always important, and we appreciate it. Jimbo, hey, I don't know if y'all missed it or not, but who is next week's FNT guest? Also, remember, they say our democracy, but it doesn't include us or the Republic. Next week is Benny Johnson. Benny Johnson, who's been on FNT before, and we're good friends with Benny. Benny's awesome. He's done a lot to help us, and he's crushing it. Lady Gravemaster with a 50. Yellow Flash, what's up, man? Based Biden, I taste purple ass burgers. Is this Neverland? Sex Kitten, damn, what a night to miss FNT. Yeah, I heard that. Hayden for 20. I love FNT and will forever be a fan. No matter what, I will keep coming back, keep ignoring phone calls, keep pestering my girlfriend to watch. I will try to spend every Friday with the FNT crew. Much love. Thank you, Hayden. Happy birthday to Hayden. 32nd birthday. Hayden Wayne. Happy birthday, buddy. Base Bite says, I hear that Cobra fella shaves his ass for chin hair. I got that one. Lofty, what up, Lofty? Get Henry Cavill on. Also, check DMs, Jeremy. Okay, on Twitter, I will, man. Thank you. What up, Lofty? Roman E, if Az was there, he would have put Gavin in his place. Maybe. Chris R, been listening since I have listened to Gavin. Been a while since I've listened to Gavin. Fiction books aren't books. Geek culture is childish and has nothing to teach adults. Sad takes that won't help us protect children or our culture. Noted. Heath Nation, RK Nation, clap, 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 clap. Michael Smith, hey guys, love the show. No matter what, Gary wanted to let you know that at Comic-Con here in Phoenix this year, Michael Burnham from Star Trek Discovery will be a guest. Awesome. I'm sure he's aware of that. As is Wonky Eyebrow, how are you three kids doing, Ryan? Let's see. WG, I got that one. Gabe says, Ryan, I got that one. Big Mike, I would be terrible. I got that one. Got that one. Modalicious, go back and watch the replay. Gav is priming a pump. I did not catch it. Doom, Picard could put Mandalorian in the sharpshooter. Bret Hart, baby. Mugsikins, video games have no story. Witcher, Final Fantasy, Diablo 1 through 4, World of Warcraft, each game, hundreds of hours of gameplay and story and tons of books. Saying video games don't have a story is the most retarded thing ever. The most retarded thing ever. Like, you are a complete retard if you say video games don't have stories. Get the hell out of here. Eric K, YouTube and Google does not allow some things, and they have mods in the chat as well. Yes, so if you're swig of water for the working man, if you have a comment that's removed, if it's not, only thing we're removing is spam. All right, swig of water. Only thing we're removing is spam. That's it. And then again, if there's doxing and stuff like that, but like, you can say whatever you want. You can talk bad about me, whatever. But YouTube will actually take stuff down, though. Like, there are Google mods in this chat right now that we've seen them before. We've seen them remove people's stuff in real time. You know what I mean? So, Base Biden says that kennel fella is cute. How does his hair smell? Gabe says, Ryan, oh, this is probably it right here. I missed it, Gabe. I'm sorry. Ryan, can you draw a target on that massive billboard you call a forehead real quick? I'm about to come. Corn pop. That's good. Rot Civ says, D-Day Cobra, la, 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 la. We got the 5 gifted memberships from Drunk Emerald Arrow. Big Mike, where did that one go? Big Mike says, you guys are the real deal. Laters, bro. RK for the win. Thank you. Still got more. Dang it. There it is. I'm sorry. Big Mike says, that's why Ryan is my favorite. He don't give a fuck. Base Buying. He really likes Attack of the Gavin Bone. Is it 4K? Based Biden in the chat, dropping bombs. Ajax says, is it me or does Ellie look like an alien in The Last of Us? Yes, she does. It's terrible casting. Samuel the Infamous. Hey man, I usually lurk on FNT while working, but today I wasn't feeling it after the first 30 minutes. Apologies. No worries. So again, if you're just tuning in, we had the private Friday Night Tights, and we're had to edit out the troll from Gavin Newsom, who clearly had no respect for our show or the audience at that point in time. And then we'll be re-uploaded to Nerdrotic Live and to Nerdrotic Rumble. So that's what happened. Samuel DM, I got that one. Base Biden. Ryan, new YouTube thumb idea. My forehead is under attack. Cream Bab, solid FNT lore creation tonight, guys, regardless of how bumpy it may have been. Hail FNT. Thank you. East Coast Toasty Boy, Gavin Newsom over there just needs a good waifu. Eric John, play Gavin and Fox News Feminist Hannity show. Dude, that clip is so good. Let's see. I will, though. Not tonight because I've got to run through these, but I will because we're going to go live on Twitch here soon. Pat Maloney, as a fan of Gavin and you guys, it was like watching FNT audience get introduced to the Borg. Eric K, I will let you all know a secret. The forklift. Jeremy drives a Tonka. Jeremy drives a badass Mustang that runs like a Shelby. It's a GT, but it's got a lot of work done to it. The Tog OG. Ryan, I want to know why you didn't bounce back on him. I was kind of pissed at you for that. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there was back and forth. Me and I like I said at the beginning of the show, me and Ryan really are good at like feeding off each other during streams. So it's like, there's no sense in having multiple people kind of go at that because it's one person on a panel with a bunch of people. So, you know, I was kind of handling that for the most part for a while there. And then there was a couple of clapbacks by, you know, Shad and Ryan had his piece and Gary's, but you know, I think there was just moments where you can't just, when you're on a panel, you can't just gang up on a guest. It's just never a good look. So we had enough kickbacks for sure. There was enough people holding their ground. Dave Nunn says, wish Az had been on. Gavin might not have made it out. Is Hijabi Gamer ever come back to main event? I'm sure we can get Hijabi Gamer on. Modalicious. You see the whale? Spoilers. He crushes his daughter. No, I have not seen it. Sahil. Imagine if Nolan and Sam Raimi helmed the DCEU. I would not want Nolan involved with it because I want Nolan to make his own stuff. So, Josh, this $20 could be Gary's if he was gaming. Rhino Helix says, with his comments about putting on graphics when going to the bathroom, one to think Gavin was planning to stunt the whole time. Y'all did great. FNT, Nerdrotic Geeks and Gamers forever. Trans Griggs, what are we live watching? Number at Pete, curious. What were the live watching? Like 15,000 between both channels. Curtis D. Montana. Hello, Cobra Dojo. Did you see the 45 plus Antifa BLM people attack the Atlanta Police Training Center? Thoughts? I did, and it was fucking disgusting. These people are sick, man. These people are sick. If that would have been MAGA people, man, you imagine how the news would have treated that? Come on, bro. Big Mike, you guys are the real deal. Later, bros. Thank you. Bird Up says, is the F&T episode going to be unedited on Spotify since it's just audio? I can't answer that question. I can find out for you, though, but I don't know. Let's see. Josh becomes a member. Thank you, Josh316. The Real Steven TV, here to support the GOAT on Mario Day. Cobra, thank you. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. Still love you guys. Just disappointed. Hopefully Gary doesn't have any problems with his channel. Take care. And Mortal Kombat Annihilation was bad. It is bad, but I love it. Mav Dick, what was the square up? Oh yeah, I got you. And the Resident Evil 2. So if you're talking about the remake, I haven't played the remake, but OG Resident Evil 2 is definitely worth playing. And I've heard the remake is good. Enoch Maman, abuser of Streamlabs. I typically work on Fridays, so I miss today's F&T as usual. I don't see it on Nerdrotic's channel. I take it that Gavin did something naughty, and you probably have heard me multiple times now address it. So it will be back up on Nerdrotic Live, though. The Oracle, can't wait to see this in the future. Disney, subsidiary of Geeks and Gamers Inc. Hail the Snake Pit. Thank you. Marksman, what up? Marksman says, Corn Pop, where you at? Corn Pop, $2. And then that was your, by the way, Darren, with that $100 super chat, that was your first super chat ever on the CobraCast IRL stream. Rise up, Snake Pit. That was awesome. As is Wonky Eyebrow. You can't leave yet. Read this. Graham couldn't watch it live. Is F&T going to be back up edited? Yes. And the only thing edited will be that part. Dean H. Benny Johnson next week. Woohoo. I'll be back. Yes. Fat Steven says, so you forgive me for the memes based Biden? Yes, of course. Grand Admiral Thrawn. Hey, Jeremy, don't like your politics or your political opinions that much, but I want your opinion on this. There was a poll that came out recently that said most Americans view the word woke as a positive thing. I mean, I need details on it because some people don't know what woke means. You know what I mean? Some people have no idea what woke means. So I mean, I need the details. What's the sample size? How many people? I would need to know. So I can't really answer that without knowing the specifics of that. So we have hang on, we got more. So the Jester, what up, Jester? What could $3? What could have been a great chance for a person who doesn't get pop culture to learn was met with trolling and dated tropes by Gavin. His assumptions only seemed shook when he realized you guys have families. So disappointing, but not surprised. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. Jay Schwalbach for 2276. I don't think you understand Paul Chateau, network executive, comedian, YouTuber, very, very funny guy. Book him, please. Okay, there. I didn't understand Jay Schwalbach, but I do now. So thank you. Horny Alf. Jeremy, I enjoyed seeing you guys defending pop culture and standing your ground with Gavin. I want to plug Dermy Wormy's birthday stream at 10 p.m. Eastern, which you can find me on tonight. Dermy Wormy, happy birthday, brother. Met Dermy Wormy at Anime Matsuri. So Dermy Wormy, birthday stream at 10 p.m. Eastern, and Horny Alpha is going to be there. Okay, so I am going to be live on Twitch here in about 15 minutes. I don't think I'm going to get 1,900 of you to watch me play Fortnite. I don't. But I'm going to be over there playing some games. I also have to make a phone call. So after that, so in the next 15 to 20 minutes, I'm going to be live over there. Check Twitter quick. Okay. My mentions are going to be a fucking disaster. So let me see. Tag me right now again. I got this. Wait. Here's X-Ray Girl's. I'm just going to show you X-Ray Girl's reaction to the moment. That was X-Ray Girl's reaction. All right, let me I'm looking. Give me a minute. You got to hit me, tag me again right now. I'm looking at my mentions. There's a lot of fucking mentions. Right? Mentions are messed up, though. It only goes... Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, here we go. Here we go. Right here.
Hello, Jeremy Griggs. I'm Base Bonin, and I would love to interview. Do you like purple tasting Asperger's? I do. That big forehead is creepy on that kennel.
What the fuck? These AI things are so good. They're so good. They're so fucking good. Holy shit, man. Let's see. There we go. Jeremy, point taken about the risk of kids seeing stuff they shouldn't, but isn't it a responsibility to parents to make sure they don't to begin with? FNT isn't exactly a kid-friendly show. Very fair point for sure. But I also think that if you're going to do something on a show that's not yours, I think the host should, hey guys, I'm thinking about pulling a prank. What do you guys think? I've got this kind of like, tell the people it's someone else's show with 700,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? So communicate with the show host first. You know what I mean? But that responsibility was not taken upon. And we're talking about someone who's preaching about, people being mature and all this other bullshit. And so, maybe tell the host what's going on. And then the host can determine, hey, okay, that's probably not something we should do, bro. So, it's called respect. And when you're talking about when superheroes are for kids and grown-ups need to, be mature and all this bullshit, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. The whole thing's stupid. But Shaker Maker, I missed FNT tonight, but it looks like I missed a major catastrophe train wreck. Oof. Not really. It's something we're going to have fun with for sure. So, all right. So we're going to end it here. And I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed having Gary and Ryan on in this Friday Night Tights post show where we talked a lot about what happened. I'm going to go live on Twitch here in about 15 or 20 minutes. If you want to go watch me play some video games, that's going to be fun. And if not, I still appreciate all of you being here, supporting here on CobraCast on the D-Day Cobra channel. You guys are the fucking best, and I appreciate all of you. So we're going to end it there. And I really do thank you all so much. We're going to leave you with the only way we should leave you, and that is with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Alex Jones. Good night, everybody. See you on Twitch.
The company store, the paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers scum. They're on giant death factories keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weirdo woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot and the goblins are hobbling round coming after us. Must be fear it gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
I was watching Fox News as I worked out this morning.
I love that fucking song so much. And just because there's still 1,400 people here, I just wanted to say hello to you and goodbye one more time. Thank you again for an awesome stream. Thank you for helping make this show a reality. And I love all of it. So we do have the Discord too. So the Geeks and Gamers Discord. And we have a little snake pit section in there, and also D-Day Cobra Locals. So if you wanted to go follow over there as well. So I'll see you on Twitch here very soon. Fucking love all of you. And I'll be on Camelot's CamelCast tomorrow night. So make sure to tune in over there. And I expect to see the snake pit rising up over there. Good night, everybody. See you on Twitch in about 15 or 20. Bye.